Good morning, viewers. My name is Isiaq Abdulrazak with nickname Adedoyin. Today, what we want to discuss, I will be taking a mathematics class. That is, we are going to be solving questions and answers in mathematics. So, for the start, we want to start with a binary number system here. We all know that a binary number system is a system of number that is a number in a base 2 from the word by. You understand? Any number that is by, it means that number is in base 2. Like for example, in agricultural science, we have something under the classification of crops, we have annual crops, biannual crops, and perennial crops. So you know that by means the one that took 2 years to grow. So now under mathematics 2 is still the same thing. So we want to discuss what is binary number system. So our main focus is we want to talk about addition of numbers in base 2. Addition of numbers in base 2. Now, before that, we have to look at the rules under addition of numbers in base 2, because we have different kind of base. If the number is given in base 2, we call it binary number. If it is in base 10, we call it decimal or denary number. If it is in base 8, we call it octa numbers. If it is in base 16, we call it hexadecimal numbers, and so on and so forth. Now, our main focus for today is rules under addition of numbers in base 2. Now, let's check the rules here. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. That one is correct. We all believe that one. Now, 1 plus 1 is 10. For example, we know that normally in mathematics, 1 plus 1 can never be 10. It's going to be 2. So, how do they get this? How do they get this 10? So, that is what you want to discuss. Now, this 10 here, how they got this 10 is like this. We know that 1 plus 1 is 2, isn't it? You now convert this value, this answer you got, you convert it to base 2 by dividing that value with 2. You understand? This 2 you divide it by, because the question is in base 2. So our remainder is going to be here. So 2 in 2 is 1, remainder 0. 2 again, 2 in 1 will be 0, remainder 1. Remember, don't use any number to divide the given number except that base. You use that base throughout the division. So now, since we've gotten our remainder, if you want to write this answer, you start from the bottom, 1, 0. So that is why 1 plus 1 is equal to 10 from this conversion of that value, that given numbers to base 2. So let's move on again. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. Why? This is how it is being gotten. 1 plus 1 plus 1 normally is 3, isn't it? So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So this is 3. So this value again, we divide it, we convert it to base 2 again. So this is our remainder. 2 in 3 is 1, remainder 1. 2 again, 2 in 1, 0, remainder 1. So we write the answer from the bottom, that is 11, and this one is given in base 2. So that is why the 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 11 in base 2. Now we move on again to subtraction. That is 10 minus 1 is 1. Why is it 1? We know that 10 minus 1 is supposed to be 9. You also convert this number to base 2, but here we are not going to apply the long division, because if you do so, the remainder is not going to give us 1, because we have a lot of values written under. So let me firstly show you this. So if you do it normally like this, normal long division, that is, you have remainder here. 2 in 9 is 4, remainder 1. 2 in 4 is 2, remainder 0. 2 in 2 is 1, remainder 0. 2 in 1 is 0, remainder 1. So you can see that the answer here is 1, 0, 0, 1 from the bottom. But which number do you want to keep? It's impossible. So for that reason, the mathematician said, no, you cannot apply this formula for this to get 10 minus 1 to be 1. So what we are going to do now is, we just said the answer we've gotten when we say 10 minus 1 is 1 is 9. Normally, we divide that value by 2. You divide 2 in 9, we are going to get 4, remainder 1. So this remainder is our answer. You understand? So this remainder is our answer. So that is why 10 minus 1 will give us 1. So that is how that value is being gotten. So the next one is 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. So we got that value. So that is how, those are the rules to follow while solving numbers only in base 2. In base 2 for now. When we are solving number in base 2, we are trying to add or subtract. These are the rules to follow in base 2. So now let's take a look at an examples. Now these are the examples that we want to try under binary number number system in base 2. So now let's quickly solve this example. So this example, this listed example below, the question is add the following numbers in base 2. We have 1 1 in base 2 plus 1 0 1 in base 2. So because of the 10 factor, so all the other numbers also, they are also in base 2. So now let's start the solution. Number 1 solution. So 1 1 1 and 0 1 1. Now we had this number in base 2. Now remember that 1 plus 1, before we said 1 plus 1 is 10. So it means that you are going to write 10. We write 0 and keep 1. Remember? So it's like normal addition, but in binary operation, the normal addition is not the same thing with the binary number system addition. So 1 plus 1 is 10. We write 0 and we keep this 1. Again, we move on to the next line. 1 plus 1 also is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So we are going to write 1 and keep 1. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Plus 1 we kept is 10. So since we are at the end of the line, so we write everything down. That is, this number, everything is in base 2. So that is the solution for the first example. So we move on to the next example. That is example number 2 here. So the question is 1 1 1 plus 1 0 1 1. Also, we add this number, also is also given in base 2. 1 plus 1 is 10. We are going to add 0, keep 1. We keep 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. Plus 1 we kept is 10. We write 0 again, keep 1. 1 plus 1 is 10. Plus 1 we kept is 11. We keep 1 again. 1 plus 1 is 10. Plus 1 we kept is 11. We write everything down. So this one also is given in base 2. So that is the answer in base 2. So let's move on to the next example. That is question number 3. You have 1 0 0 0 and 0 1 0. So we also had this number. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1 plus 0 is 0. So that 1 plus 0 is 1. So we have this value also given in base 2. So that is the final answers for these questions for the listed examples above. So that is what we want to discuss for today, addition of numbers in base 2. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe on our platform. So may God help you all. Thank you so much for today.